The NFL season starts this week, and even though this channel is pretty much only baseball, I like to do one video going over my predictions, and then one more after the Super Bowl just to see how bad they were. Last year was the first time I did this on YouTube, and before that, my predictions were pretty good. I had at least one of my picks in the Super Bowl every year since 2018, and 2020 I actually got it exactly right. Last year, I had the Packers beating the Colts in the Super Bowl, and neither team even made the playoffs. In the end, I got 4 of the 8 division winners, and 10 of the 14 playoff teams, so I wasn't that bad. Let's start with the NFC West and the absolutely loaded San Francisco 49ers. This team is so well built. Last year, I didn't trust their quarterback situation, but this year, there's no doubt between Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo. Those guys are gone. This is Brock Purdy's team. He proved he fit right into this team last year. He should only get better, so I think they run away with the West. It seems like everyone is down on the Rams, but I'm not convinced of their demise just yet. I think they win 9 games and contend for a playoff spot. Seattle was surprisingly good last year, but will Geno Smith have another amazing year? I don't know. I got them with 8 wins. Then you got the Cardinals. I had them winning the West last year, and now I lost all faith in them, and apparently so has everyone else. 5 wins for them. The NFC North looks way different from last year, and honestly, it looks way different than any time in its 22-year history. No Favre, no Rodgers, and this is a weird new world that we live in. The Lions were so impressive at the end of last season, and I think they continue on and take the North for the first time, 11 wins. Minnesota should still be good. Justin Jefferson is must-see TV. They finished with 10 wins. I think the Bears take a big step forward. Justin Fields is a special talent and only getting better. I think they win 8 games this year. Then you got the Packers, and this may be a rough one. Let's see what Jordan Love has, but I don't trust him. I think the Packers are near the bottom of the NFC with 4 wins. The NFC South is now absent 1 Drew Brees and 1 Tom Brady. Now it's a free-for-all. This can go to just about anyone, so I'm picking the Falcons. Desmond Ridder is in his 2nd year. Bijan Robinson should help in the backfield. I think this team could win 10 games. The Buccaneers should be a team to watch this year. They had a losing record but still won the South. Brady's finally gone now, and they got Baker Mayfield to take over. I think he's got something left. I may be wrong, but I think he can lead the Bucs to 9 wins. The Derek Carr era begins in New Orleans. Another guy with a lot of upside. We'll just have to see if that equals wins. I'm pretty optimistic, so I'll give him 9 wins. The Panthers also have a new QB in Bryce Young, but I don't think that equals wins right away. 5 wins. The NFC East went from a putrid division back in 2020 to the point where every team is going for a playoff spot last year. Will the Eagles have the classic Super Bowl losers hangover? Don't count on it. I think they're still the best team in that division, so I got them with 12 wins. The Giants were a big shock last year, and if they stay healthy, I think they can repeat what they did last year. They were 9-7-1. I'll give them 10 wins. Dallas is starting their post-Zeke era. Not sure how much of a difference that's going to make. They're going to be right in the playoff mix, 9 wins. As for Washington, Sam Howell is their guy, a 5th-round draft pick that started 1 game last year. Maybe he's going to be great, maybe not. I may regret this, but in a tough division, I only got him with 4 wins. So, my division winners are the 49ers, Lions, Falcons, and Eagles. The 49ers have the top seed. My wildcard teams are the Vikings, Giants, and Rams. In the AFC West, you can't go against the Chiefs. Until further notice, they're still the Kings, and they're going to have to show me they're done before I pick against them. 13 wins. The Chargers finally broke through into the playoffs last year. Then that thing happened in Jacksonville. That was unfortunate. But they got there, and that was a good step. I think they win 11 games. The Broncos were sad last year. I don't think they'll be quite that bad this year. I got them with 8 wins. Then you got the Raiders. They got Jimmy Garoppolo, and he's been winning everywhere he's gone. But this is the Raiders, and I only have him with 6 wins. I'm not confident in that one, but let's see what happens. The AFC North now belongs to the Bengals. I didn't see them coming as fast as they did, but they reloaded this team, and Joe Burrow is an absolute boss. Jamar Chase is a top 2 receiver in the league. This team knows how to win in the playoffs. They aren't intimidated by the Chiefs. They win 14 games. The Steelers came back from the dead last year, taking advantage of a soft second half schedule, but still, they prove they can beat the bad teams, and that makes them a good team. I'll give them 9 wins. I don't really trust the Ravens anymore. Can Lamar Jackson stay healthy? I say don't count on it. He may be awesome this year and make me look bad, but I'm only giving him 8 wins. Finally, the Browns. I don't think they're going to be very good. Will they only win 6 games? That may be a little low, but that's what I'm giving them. The AFC South was pretty bad last year, but we found one team that emerged in the second half, Jacksonville. I see no reason they should take a step back and lose this division. I also don't see anyone else that can come up and take it from them. The Titans finished last year in a tailspin. It'll be interesting to see if they hand the reins over to Will Levis at some point, and this may be a bit low, but I got him with 7. The Texans are starting the CJ Stroud era, and I think they improve a bit but still only get 5 wins. At last, the Colts. They let me down so much last year, and they also got a rookie quarterback in Anthony Richardson. It may be a rough one, I got him with 4 wins. Last but not least, the AFC East is a tough one. The Jets just got Aaron Rodgers with a giant chip on his shoulder, and when you combine that with a very good young improving core, I'm willing to give him that division. This could also be a disaster, but I'm willing to bet it won't be. The Bills have owned this division ever since Tom Brady left, but they had an ugly playoff loss last year, and they don't seem to be getting along in the preseason. I'm just not as high on them as I have been the last 3 years. I still have them with 10 wins because they're too talented to miss the playoffs. The Dolphins also got in the playoffs last year, and I think they'll be in the mix again this year. It really depends if Tua can stay on the field. Then you have the Patriots, and with the Jets getting a lot better, I think this is far and away the worst team in the East. I only have them with 6 wins. So, I have the Chiefs, Bengals, Jaguars, and Jets as division winners, and the Chargers, Bills, and Steelers as wildcards. In the wildcard round, I have the number 2 Eagles over the number 7 Rams, number 3 Lions over number 6 Giants, and then number 5 Vikings over number 4 Falcons. The number 2 Chiefs beat the number 7 Steelers, number 6 Bills beat the number 3 Jets, and the number 5 Chargers get their revenge on the number 4 Jaguars. In the division round, the number 1 49ers beat the number 5 Vikings, and the number 2 Eagles beat the number 3 Lions. Then, the number 1 Bengals once again beat the number 6 Bills, and here's the big upset I will for sure regret. The number 5 Chargers beat the number 2 Chiefs. Why did I pick this? Well, if I didn't, I would have the same conference championships as last year. I am trying to pick these accurately, but also trying not to go chalk and pick the favorites. Anyway, the Chiefs can't win every year, and the Chargers may be good enough to take them down. We have a rematch of 49ers-Eagles for the NFC Championship, this time in Santa Clara, and the 49ers win this one. Then, the Bengals will host the Chargers, and I'm seeing shades of 1981 here. The Bengals end up on top. Now we have Super Bowl 58, a rematch of those 2 great Super Bowls of the 80s, the Bengals and the 49ers. This time, the Bengals finish on top, Joe Burrow gets his ring, and the talk of a Bengals dynasty begins. Of course, all of this can be torn apart by one injury, so that's the nature of trying to make predictions in the NFL. Also, my goal here is to be right. I'm not trying to offend any fan base or be biased for or against any team. Now for awards. My offensive Rookie of the Year is Bijan Robinson. I think he's a big reason the Falcons win the South. Maybe the rookie QB struggle, so let's go with Robinson. For Defensive Rookie of the Year, let's go with Devon Witherspoon. Maybe he'll be this year's Sauce Gardner. And with Kyler Murray in the same division, maybe he'll rack up the interceptions. For Defensive Player of the Year, I picked Aiden Hutchinson to win Defensive Rookie of the Year last year and he just missed. So this year, let's give him a shot at the big award. And speaking of the Lions, Dan Campbell barely got any love for what he did for the Lions last year. But this year, if they win the North, I think he wins Coach of the Year. Finally, MVP. This is going to the best player on the best team, Joe Burrow. He's gonna pull what Mahomes did last year. MVP, Super Bowl champ. That's what I say, but what say you? Let me know where you agree or disagree, but don't tell me my picks are terrible before the season even starts. Wait until my follow-up video in February. You can roast me then once it's obvious. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like. And if you love baseball content, or just don't want to forget to come back for the post-mortem video after the season, please give me a sub. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.